I've carried a pregnancy for 3 long years. 3 years! And I'm still alive, but only halfway. This isn't a movie, it isn't fiction. This is my real life. My husband and I tried everything we could think of. Every possible solution, every place people said we could get help. Nothing worked. Instead, things got worse. The pain comes mostly at night, not the kind I can explain. Something deeper, heavier. Along with it comes terrible dreams. Every single night, I felt like I wasn't alone, like something was always watching me, standing near me. My husband never gave up on me. He took me from one place to another, searching endlessly for answers, encouraged me, held me, and asked me to stay even when I wanted to give up. Each time I feel guilt just for existing. When the pregnancy entered its 3rd year, my body began to feel. I started bleeding non-stop for a whole year. My strength faded. I became exhausted, embarrassed, and broken. I didn't feel like myself anymore. There were moments I wanted to stop fighting altogether, but my husband wouldn't let me. He loved me louder than my pain. And one day, he insisted we try one last place someone had recommended. I refused at first. I was tired of hope, tired of disappointment, tired of being told to have faith while my body continued to suffer. But eventually, I agreed. When we arrived, something felt different, heavy, uncomfortable. Before I could even sit down, the leader there called my husband forward. The first word he spoke shocked me to my core. He looked straight at my husband and said, "What did your innocent wife did to you that you decided to make her life a living hell?" I froze. My husband denied it immediately, saying the man didn't know what he was talking about. That's when everything changed. The leader suddenly became angry. Without warning, he struck my husband, and my husband collapsed, shaking violently. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't scream, I couldn't even move. Fear swallowed me. I stood there watching the man I trusted with my life shaking on the floor. And that was the exact moment I realized my sickness was never ordinary. For the first time in 3 years, I understood something even more terrifying. What I discovered next and what was finally revealed about my pregnancy will shock you. After a long silence, the man then turned to my husband and told him to speak. My heart was racing. I didn't even know what I was expecting, but just know what came next. My husband opened his mouth and said he was the one responsible for my 3-year pregnancy, the non-stop bleeding that lasted a year, and even the loss of my parents. I felt my body go numb. Then he was asked one question, one simple question. Why? That was when he began to explain. He said when he was young, his father was wealthy, but my father deceived him financially. The shock was too much for his father's body, and he never recovered. Overnight, their life collapsed, poverty swallowed them. They were forced to leave everything behind and start over again with nothing. Later, his mother fell sick back in the village. There was no money for treatment. She died slowly, leaving him alone in the world, while the man he blamed sent his only daughter to study abroad comfortably. And guess what? That child was me. That was when hatred took over his heart, he said. He made a promise to himself to marry that man's daughter and destroy her life the same way his own life was destroyed. Then he said something that shattered whatever was left of me. He admitted that the first thing he did was take my parents away. He deliberately found his way into my life when I returned, pretending to love me, and I was never his real wife. He confessed that he already had a family, the wife and children he truly loved living far away, and that I was only being used for money and for rituals. I couldn't recognize the man speaking anymore. My legs gave way. My soul felt ripped apart. That day, I didn't go home with him. I stayed back, empty, broken, unable to face reality. The next day, something happened. Labor, pain started. I was rushed to the hospital, and what came out of me were not babies. What came out of me were 3 giant rats. Confirmed everything I had heard. Was the day I knew this world has powers beyond human understanding. Since then, I haven't been the same. I hate myself, I hate my life, I hate the future I was supposed to have. Everything was stolen from me the moment I entered a marriage built on lies. If I had known the truth, I would never have said yes. I would never have trusted love. So tell me, if the person you trusted with your life turned out to be your greatest enemy, what would you do next? Please let me know what you think about this story in the comments section. Please like, share, and give me a follow. See you in my next one. Bye.